So evidently there is a new trailer out for the Snyder Cut of Justice League, which is now officially like a miniseries on HBO Max. Reminder, I'm morbidly curious about this thing, but if I didn't already happen to have HBO Max, I wouldn't be getting it for the purpose of watching this. But let's see how the trailer is.
Now I've heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord.
So far, this seems to be
Really care.
mostly the same stuff from the previous trailer.
It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth,
Okay.
minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah.
I mean, I don't know what I was expecting to react to. It's the same tone and pace, like a couple of new shots, maybe. I didn't memorize the previous. Okay, that's nice. I enjoy that. Why are all the trailers in 4:3? Anyways,
I couldn't feel
I'm sure there's a reason, but
fully through.
I feel confident saying that's not what the final product will be in. More Dark Side. Okay, so there's a redone Steppenwolf. Looks a little better than it was in the theatrical. Yeah, we're getting a clearer image on Steppenwolf. It is a better look. I'll give it that. What the heck was that? Okay.
This guy's probably fought hundreds of thousands of other super beings on the other planets he's destroyed, right? And we have to assume he's won.
I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us. Not us united.
That's a good beat to end the trailer on. I don't know if it's just because, like, it's not my first impression anymore, but I don't know. Feel a little bit more positive about that than the previous one, even as I readily acknowledge that there's not a whole lot different or new unless you're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and compare them frame by frame. Like, the thing that made me perk up the most was the shot of Wonder Woman and the younger girl sort of looking up at her admiringly and smiling. I'm like, okay, that was nice. I mean, that's the kind of thing that I'm just going to be a sucker for. So I appreciated that. Like I said, this design on Steppenwolf does look better. I think ultimately the big problem with the theatrical cut on Steppenwolf is that because they decided to go completely CGI on the character, they made a mistake making him look more human, because then it just landed in Uncanny Valley really hard. Whereas if they actually went a bit more monstrous, more of the helmet covering the face and, more spiky bits like they appear to have gone here and appears to have also been a bit more of the original design, then that kind of, I'm not going to say it means the CGI will be any more seamless. We'll have to see the end result. But it certainly does help cover up the fact that, it helps mitigate Uncanny Valley. Because the more you try and make it look human, if it doesn't land at 100%, it's just, ugh. And I remember coming out of a theatrical cut of Steppenwolf and thinking, like, I don't understand why they didn't just do that with prosthetics for the look that they had. Whereas this look, I can look at this and go, okay, trying to do that practically, that would have been such a pain that I get why you'd go CGI on that. So I think that was a better call there. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. I mean, also, admittedly, part of what rubbed me the wrong way the first time I saw the original teaser was the use of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, which I still think was a mistake, but I since that initially came out, I learned a bit more of the context as to why. If you weren't aware, that song was one of the favorite songs of Zack Snyder's daughter, whose very unfortunate death was sort of the catalyst for when he left the original production of Justice League. And using that song for him coming back and finishing his version, the version he didn't get to make because he was in more, and like I know there was other probably behind the scenes Hollywood politics going on in addition to that, but like a major part of why he didn't get to finish that film was he was in mourning for her. It is kind of a nice tribute thing. So like that doesn't bother me anymore. I will still say that they shouldn't have done it. Definitely not for that first trailer to come out, because if you don't know that specific piece of information, which I didn't, and I can't imagine most people who aren't hardcore, Snyder enthusiasts and follow everything he do, most people probably didn't know that. So the use of Hallelujah really came across as very self-congratulatory, and that rubbed me up the wrong way when the first trailer came out. Now knowing the context, I don't judge it as harshly. I still think it was a mistake to do that, even though I now get why it was done, and it's not the self-indulgent thing it appeared to be. But that's me sort of talking about the first one. There isn't a lot to add to this. It's just a slightly more polished up version of the original trailer. It is weird to me that these are being presented in 4:3. I would love to know the reason why, because there's no way that's the frame dimensions for the final product. Absolutely, like nothing's done in 4:3 anymore. Unless you are deliberately trying to make something look retro, nothing is made in 4:3 anymore. And the original film wasn't shot in that. So, yeah, I don't know why the marketing material is. I'm not curious enough to actually like try and find out why, but I really. That is the question. Why? Warner Brothers, HBO Max, why is your marketing material in this really outdated aspect ratio that there's no way the final product's going to be in? Like, just why? I don't know. Personal nitpick, I really don't like Darkseid with an axe. Really, Darkseid with a weapon at all is one of those things that kind of misses the point of Darkseid. Like, Darkseid's whole thing is that he is so powerful and so in control and so certain of himself, he doesn't need a weapon. And most of the time, when you're dealing with stories with Darkseid, he is just kicking back on his throne because he is that powerful. If he gets involved, it's going to be quick. It's going to be the Omega Beams. He doesn't need a weapon. And I feel like giving him one, it feels like a fundamental misunderstanding of the character a little bit. That said, I don't know how much of him we'll actually see in this. I don't know. But I guess I'll wrap it up there. House phone's ringing in the background. I don't know if you can hear that, but we'll stop. What'd you think of this trailer? Thoughts? Leave them down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Like, share, subscribe, Patreon up there. No pressure, though. Just come on back next time you need a break.